What's up everybody, today's going to be a video on the PX-10E. This is an Elmo document camera. Here we go. We're going to turn it on real quick just to see the display and give you a live demonstration of what it can do and what it's used for. These are used for classroom settings where you can show whatever's on here onto your screen, another projector, or just it's a visual presentation of a document so you can write on something like this and so forth. So this is all built in to this one device, and it folds up pretty nicely too. So you fold this up, you can turn this way and then fold it in, and then this is what it looks like when it's folded away. So right here, just like this. So it folds pretty flat and it's plugged in through a USB port, and it has a SD card slot and a USB plug with a microphone and a line out jack if you want to record some kind of audio with the microphone plugged in. So the microphone lets you can pretty much do everything on this camera itself or on this little station. So if you were to record you writing things, you can do that and so forth. So the way this is set up, you put it on here and it's a nice lens right here. So this thing can zoom in and out. So if I have this, let's say this phone right here, I'm doing a product demonstration, I get a live display right here. You can tap to focus, which is really nice. So if I need to zoom in to see closely, this is the zoom, this is the widest you can zoom, which is pretty much the entire screen. And then if I want to get close to it, I can open this up and you can kind of get to see a little bit. And if I need to do details, I can go all the way in and then get the details of this right here. So this is what it looks like. And if it's not focused, I can just tap right here to get that focus spot. And see, here we go. It's on that little timer screen. I'll turn right there. Get focused. There we go. There's also a little button right here. You can also zoom in instead of using this little dial, zooming in and out. You can actually zoom in using this dial right here. You can zoom out, and pressing the button will autofocus if it has something on there. So let me get into the screen right here. Here's your screen of the iPhone. Let me zoom out a little bit. So this is nice to pre-record. If you want to record something from this dock onto a USB, you can, and it records in 1080p 60, and also records like 12 megapixel stills as well. So you can also have a light built into this as well. You can turn on the light right here. I see there's an LED light right there. You can turn this LED light at an angle and you can point it right towards if you need it to light it up. You can also increase the aperture, the anti-reflection right here to cut off the reflection using kind of like a filter of some sort. And this right here, I'm not sure. This one gives you the what's the output right now. It's just, yes, this is the camera image right here. And if I want to output it to the USB, you can output a picture that you've taken like this if you click on this one. But you have to have an SD card in there. So if I put an SD card on the side, I can press this, I'll record a still picture, or if I click this, it'll record a video. And this right here can rotate the image or flip the image, mirror the image from left to right. So if I had this, you look at this right here. Let me unlock it so you can see. Right now you see this. If I flip this, oopsie, press the button, it'll flip the image, rotate it. Rotating the image this way. It'll flip this way. That's it. So, see that? And this one will just freeze the image for a static shot. So now, if I did something, if I moved around, it still froze that image. So if I need to refresh it, I'll just take it off of it. And this goes through the settings right here. You can see there's image settings or system settings. It's got the 60 hertz UVC external mic for sound, and volume and all that stuff, English and so forth. So image quality settings, you can change the image quality settings right here. And this is manual focus, so you can choose manual focus on this. mode. You can choose manual focus, so you can, if the autofocus can't get it right the first time, you can switch it to manual focus, and you can probably use this dial to get better focusing. And this, besides pressing this automatic focus button. And that's basically it to a document camera. So if I bring it over here to show you the screen, this retails for about that much, and these are some of the key features. Zoom. So the zoom would let me show you what it looks like if I was on zoom. So if I'm in my settings right here, I can go to my video screen real quick, and then right here I have it on the document right here, so you can see this. You can see it's known as docs cam, and you can switch it to HD as well. So there's that. So the next little video will be the TT-12, which is an older model of this document camera. Let me get that and swap it out. So I swapped out the settings. This is the TT-12, so I'm gonna set this up real quick, and then let me turn this one on. So this is the TT-12 as well. Used also for in classrooms. Let me turn it on real quick. Let it boot up. Similar settings, but it's using a different type of cable. This just uses a mini USB 2.0 cable, whereas the other one uses a printer cable. This one is the printer version, and then this one is the 2.0 version to connect to the computer. So when it's connected to the computer, let me swap the computer real quick. This is what it looks like. It's under Elmo UVC camera, and this is what it will see. See the brightness level. It's a little bit, you know, the quality is a lot different. So if I bring over my camera here, or bring my phone over here so I can capture this, you can see that the brightness is over bright. And let me see, and then you can still zoom in right here. You can bring this in to zoom in. I'm gonna take a look at that when I can zoom in. You see how it zooms in by just bringing this, and this is the button right here to focus. So if you need to autofocus, you can do that. So I need to bring it over just a tad since it's over here a bit. Let me bring that over, and then if I can turn on the light. This also turns on the light. This doesn't control where the light goes. It just stays right here. So if there's a reflection, it'll just show up right on the screen. So probably not use the LED on this one. This one has some buttons too. Then we control that. If I can, I'm not sure what some of these buttons do. This is the document. This is connecting to a laptop. This snaps a picture, and this goes back to playback. This can freeze it. But since there's no software built into this one, you have to find a software to connect to it, or use the projector to output the information onto it, since this right now is just USB to showcase. But there's not much you can do with this in terms of what it does, but it does have built-in microphone, so you can talk right in front of it. And this thing can rotate in different directions, which is nice, versus the other one, it's kind of static. So this one can rotate to the other side. So if I turn this around, I can turn it this way. So it's facing this direction. Let's see. Like this. I can also bring it down lower as well. So you can bring this camera, but it has a built-in zoom, so no need to bring it down to a lower position. So you can bring it down to a lower position if you wanted to record something. And that's one of the plus sides of this. But the downsides is that it doesn't have a mat, so you have to have another surface to put it on. So whether it is a table, it doesn't reflect back. So you get a nice dark table that doesn't reflect back, but then you cannot, since it's thinking it's too dark, there needs some manual settings on here so you can control, and you have to do that in a software kind of sense. So, but now that I reversed it, the picture is kind of upside down now. That's showing right there. So it's in a different direction. So then I gotta flip it back around, and I have to do that. Let me see if there's a button to do that. Nope. There's no menu options to figure that out. So it's limited in what it can do, and at least I can give you some information about it. Okay, I'll close out of this. This one's a few years ago, but this is the TT-12iD interactive document camera. It has 3.4 megapixels CMOS sensor, shooting 1920 by 1536 maximum resolution, and it captures digital video at 30 frames per second. It has 12 times optical and 8 times digital zoom. USB 2.0 control interface. You need to download this X Image Mate software. And here's a maximum viewing area. It comes with a remote and it's built-in microphone. So, not bad in terms of what it can do. You just gotta download the software in order to use it correctly. Hopefully because of that, I can do that. Whereas this one, the other one, comes with a little bed. Comes with, records onto the screen. It has a 5-inch touchscreen LCD HDMI cable locks. It's has a mic input and a line out, so you have to use external tools. It has an interactive toolbox software that can control it. You can also control most of it. It has up to 288x zoom, bright LED light. It doesn't tell you that it has an optical or digital zoom. It just says 288x zoom. It captures 1080p 60 video instead of 1080p 30. Let's see, the other one that says 1080p 30 or 1080p 720 HD. I'm not even sure if it captures 1080. Yeah, it's 30p. It doesn't say 1080, but it's 1920 by 1530. That's pretty much 1080p. So okay, but 1080p 60 is the other issue. Let's see. So there's a little bit more image in between to get more visual. So, which is nice. And you get some stills with it. And that's basically it to this video. So, any questions regarding this TT-12iD Elmo projector to use for your classroom to teach a class, or you want to utilize something like this that you need in your classroom, the Elmo PX-10E. Let's talk about that one. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Just want to add a couple quick notes on here. This right here has a USB port and the SD card slot, and you can switch it from 1080p to 720p, VGA, XVGA, SXVGA, or XSGA, RGB. So it depends if you want to use HDMI and then switch it over to depending on the switches. So if you were to plug it in using and also there's an external mic you can plug in as well, and there's a lock, so you can lock it if you're leaving it inside some kind of classroom. And here's the ports on the back of it. This is what it looks like when you're using a 2.0 mini USB, not the micro USB. This is the mini USB type B port. And here's the rest of it, the ports on the back. You have two HDMIs, audio out port 3.5, VGA, and this looks like another RGB in, RGB out, and then the 2.0 to connect to the laptop or computer. So that's what the Elmo 5 is. This is the rest of it. It lines up here. On the other side, doesn't have anything. So over here, we got this flat piece that doesn't really have anything. There's the ports on the back of this, and then here's the ports on the back of this right here. So you have two HDMIs in vertical position. I'm not sure what this port is. There's a DC 12 and the RGB in, RGB out, USB 3.0, DC out 5 volts. I'm not even sure what that would be used for, and HDMI out port. These are HDMI's in, so if you want to plug something in to this to display on a screen, I guess, on that screen, and then this one outputs the video footage out. So in terms of compactness, this weighs a lot more, but that one's lighter because it's made with more plastic. Right here is metal right here, so things that are magnetic will stick to it. So if I have something that is magnetic, let's say this microphone is magnetic, this will stick right to it. Pick it up. So if you were to use it on there, and that's basically some extra tidbits.